Hi, I'm Sandy Botkin. Many people ask me, can I write off my tuition for my kids' education, or weddings, or room and board, or cars? And the answer is no. How would you like to be able to deduct the equivalent of every single thing I just said, if blessed by the government? That doesn't knock you out of your chairs. I give up. Here's how you do it. Hire your kids. If your kids work for you and do something related to your business and you pay them a reasonable wage for what they do, aren't wages that you pay an assistant in business deductible? Absolutely. And if they use that money for their own education down the road, or for their wedding, or for their room and board, or for their car, or for their video games, aren't you in essence getting a deduction for those things? It's the same money, but in one case you went from non-deductible tuition to deductible wages. You just have to show that your kids really did work for you, which means you're going to have to show that they document their time, document what they did. In other words, you need timesheets when they worked. So you might say, I'll use my son Matthew. Matthew worked for me on July 4th, 2010. He did some filing, made 2x4 cards, cleaned the office, and then you document this and what you paid him. By doing this, you will be bulletproof from the IRS. And even better, if you hire them in a self-employed business and they are under 18, they are exempt from Social Security and federal unemployment tax. Even better, regardless of entity, regardless of age, the first $5,800 they earn is income tax free. Why? Because they get a standard deduction on their tax return against wages. You know, all of you are sitting with about 4 ounces of gold, literally, and it comes every single year. It gets mailed to you by the government. It's called the standard deduction, and it can be used against wages for hiring any kid, because you get a deduction and they get that money income tax free because of that standard deduction. If you have 2 kids, 3 kids, you can shift 2 and 3 times that $5,800. And I would pay them more than that, because you're in the 35% bracket or more, they're in the 10% bracket beyond $5,800. You still come out ahead on the deal. It's a tremendous win-win. If you look at our website, the TaxSpot website, which my daughter helped design, you'll find I paid her an outrageous fee to cover her 5 years of education. Of course, she's also in a web design program. My son Matthew used to work for me all the time in the summer, help out with registrations and other materials, and I used to pay him a nice fee, and for doing that, help subsidize his education.